Once upon a time, there was a king named Varman. He had a son named Anandavarman. One fine day, he called his son Anandavarman and said this.
My son, I'm getting too old. I don't think I'm capable of running this kingdom anymore. My health is betraying me and I don't think if I can hold on any longer.
Father, it takes a lot more to be king than just being the king's son. I need experience and I need talent to be a king as well. So I request you to kindly be a king for a few months. I will use that time to research and go around other kingdoms and see how other kings are operating. Once I have enough knowledge, I shall come back and climb my throne and you can step down.
The king agrees with what his son said. King then looks at his son and he immediately says this to him.
Alright, my son, your idea is pretty good enough. We shall do as you say. Go and learn as much as you can and we shall make you a king.
Immediately, Anand takes his horse and starts traveling around several kingdoms to research and find how other kingdoms are operating. While he was visiting several kingdoms, villages and towns, he met a very peculiar kingdom named Panayapuram. The place were filled with lot of surprises. He was shocked to learn that it was one of the most efficient kingdoms. Not a single person over there was jobless. Everybody had something to do and they were contributing to the nation. He was very suspicious and he wants to know about Panayapuram. While he was looking around the kingdom, he saw a man who was wielding a knife throw a stone at a fiery hot place. He thought immediately he could go and talk to him. Anand get down from the horse and he says this to him.
Hello sir, my name is Anandan. I am new to this village. Could you please tell me about this village and your kingdom?
The man kept working. As he listened to everything that Anand said, he then responds to him.
Alright, what exactly do you want to know about our kingdom? Tell me.
Firstly, please may I know your name?
The man takes a very sharp knife and places it on the stone and he starts hitting it with a hammer. It looks very scary and fire was very hot. Then the man answers for the question he asked.
My name is Narsimha.
Thank you for letting me know your name. I want to ask you, when I visited your kingdom, I went to a temple to do my puja. After I did my puja, it is a tradition for me to give some food or some money to the poor and needy. But to my surprise, there wasn't a single poor man in the temple. Then I came out of the temple to see if there are any poor people around the vicinity. But I couldn't find a single person. May I know what is the reason for this? Have you thrown out of all the poor and needy to your neighboring nation?
We have a king that looks after us like a god. When he is taking good care of us, why would we beg for money?
Another question I want to ask you is that I have not seen a single person doing nothing and just sitting under a tree and talking. Is it legal for your nation to have people just playing and having fun? Because I haven't seen a single person having a leisure time to spend. Everybody seems to always be working.
Yes, you are right. In our kingdom, except for children and very old people, nobody is jobless.
That is what I want to ask you. Why is it like that? Your king's name is Raju and it is very befitting to his name that he is taking care of such a huge nation very efficiently. Especially the king's palace would have very high class people and the rest of the people would be very low or middle class. It seems that everybody working. What is the reason?
First of all, I would like to know that the king that is there in our kingdom does not have a royal lineage at all. In fact, he is just a normal man who used to take water and sell it to people from other kingdoms as he was living next to a river. A long time ago, he used to be a man that would make money using water that he has fetched from a river. At that moment, he met a woman named Saramma. She comes from the east side of the river. Even she was selling water for her living. And his name at the time was named as Kamban. But both Saramma and Kamban were sellers of water. They both fetched water from a river and they sold it for a profit. Knowing this, the king used to give a lot of fees for both of them as they brought a lot of joy to the land of farmers. And Kamban liked Saramma very much. One fine day, they both met at the river. Kamban told this to Saramma.
I'm a poor man. I do not have any rich background or properties to myself. But the only thing that I have is my determination and my hard work. I can work hard and achieve anything. You know me and you know who I am. If it is alright with you, let us get married.
Even I am a poor woman. I don't have a background to myself. Even I will work hard just like you, and I have achieved everything. I have through my hard work. Let us get married right now and let us get this over with because we both do not have any formalities.
They both got married without any festivities or huge arrangements for the wedding. They kept the marriage simple, but unfortunately both of them were not happy in their marriage because of how busy their schedules were. Kamban would go from the west to the east and to the north to procure water and distribute it to the people and the farmers. Every day he would come home at late night. He would barely be able to see his wife and speak to her. Even his wife was very busy with what she was doing. Both of them did not have time to spend to each other. One fine day during the festival season, went from the west to the east to distribute water and he came back home. His wife looked at him and said this.
What happened? Have you left your job and came back?
Not really, but it is the festival season. Everybody is celebrating during the season. Shouldn't we also celebrate?
Yes, I want to celebrate this festival season. But unfortunately, we do not have enough money.
Don't worry about that. I have ₹6 with me.
Huh. Even I have only ₹6 with me.
Sarama shows 6 rupees, which she folded up and kept secretly.
The money that I have hidden it under a brick which is in the northwest gate. I will go and get it.
Fine, with the ₹6 that I have, let us decorate the house and let us make it look festive. And once you bring the ₹6 that you have, we shall purchase these weds, the food items and the desserts required for the festival.
After listening to what his wife said, Kamban becomes very happy and he is so joyful that he is going to celebrate a festival along with his wife. He looks at her and says this.
Alright, please wait here. Let me go to the place and let me bring my money back. You just wait here and I shall be back soon. Okay?
Kamban delightedly starts his journey to bring back 6 rupees that were hidden under a brick. As he kept walking, sun kept getting hotter and weather was also getting more humid. The heat was scorching and it was very sunny day, but none of this was able to make Kamban lose his spirit. In fact, he started dancing and singing as he was walking towards the brick. He was walking towards the brick, he crossed the king's palace. And while he was crossing the king's palace, the king saw him and he was surprised. He was also surprised that a man walking in a terrible heat, yet he is still happy and joyful. He wanted to know the reason of his joy and he called the guards and said this.
Can you see that there is this man that is laughing and dancing in this terrible heat? Please go and bring him back to me immediately.
The guards immediately go towards the Kamban and the guards told him like this.
Hello. The king asked you to come to his place immediately.
I will not come to the king's house. I do not even know who he is. Why should I be there?
Kamban does not want to go to king's place, so he keeps walking. The soldiers get aggressive. He was forcefully brought to the palace. The king looks at Kamban and he says this.
Where are you going, my friend? You do not care about the scorching heat above you or beneath you, yet you are dancing and singing. Where are you going?
My king, there is a desire in my heart that is much more hotter than the sun, which is why I cannot feel the scorching heat at all.
The king starts thinking about what he is saying. He wonders what is his desire.
May I know what your desire is so that I can understand what is in your mind?
My king, I have kept ₹6 under a brick in the gate of the north. Therefore, I have to go there as soon as possible so that I can take the ₹6 and I can buy a lot of sweets and food items for the festival and I can celebrate and I have a good time with my wife. That is why I am very excited, my king. That is why I have this decided. Please let me go as soon as you possibly can so that I can have a good time with my wife.
After listening to what Kamban said, the king becomes very surprised.
Listen to me, my friend. That place that you are going to is very far from here. By the time you reach there, it would take almost 4 hours. Why should you struggle that much? Let me give you 6 rupees that you are looking for. You can take that money and you can have a good time with your wife.
Alright, my king. I shall accept this ₹6 that you are giving me and then I shall take the ₹6 from the northern gate. In that way, we can celebrate the festival even better.
Why are you looking at that money which you have hidden under the brick at the northern gate? It is way too far for you. Forget about it. I shall give you ₹4 extra so that you can have a good time with your wife.
Sure, my king. You give me the money that you want to give me and I shall get the ₹6 that I have hidden.
The king could not understand why Kamban was so stubborn about taking his 6 rupees, which he had hidden under the brick. So the king started increasing the money all the way to 100 lakhs. Then Kamban told to king like this.
My king, no matter how much you give me, I will always long for the ₹6 that I have hidden. Please let me go, my king.
When Kamban said like this, king gets really frustrated and says this.
If you refuse to take that ₹6 that you have kept under the bridge, I shall make you the king of half of this nation. What do you say to that proposal?
Kamban listens to king.
Sure, my king, do it as such.
Then king immediately inform guards to call the minister. King says this to the minister.
I want you to immediately bring me an agreement that this man would be king of half of this nation.
Minister thought that this idea was very outrageous, but he does not have bravery to disagree the king. So the minister brought an agreement and a document to sign Kamban as a king of half of the nation. Anand interrupted Narasimha's story and he asked him like this.
Are you trying to tell me that a man became king of half of the nation because of how stubborn the previous king was? And the minister that signed a document for Kamban was also a very stupid person, that he did not realize that Kamban was just a man that was a worker. But how did Kamban become the god that you claim? Tell that to me. I would really like to know about that.
Minister firstly splits the entire kingdom into north and east as two equal halves.
The entire kingdom is now split into two parts, north and west. It is your choice to pick which part of the land you want to rule. Please mention the part of the land you want to rule as a king.
Alright, my king. I would kindly ask you to give me the northern side so that I can go and pick the ₹6.
The king was gobsmacked to hear Kamban's response, but he was respecting his stubbornness and his value that he had towards money. The king gladly made Kamban the king of north, and he stated making both Kamban and his wife as king and queen of north as well. Kamban sets law that states nobody can be jobless. If he found anybody that was jobless and wasting their time, he would immediately give them jobs. He also knew every inch of the land, so he knew how to use the forest, the rivers and villages. Soon everybody in the kingdom were working and they had fine jobs. Including the beggars were also given multiple jobs so that they can earn a living. He used each and every resource in their nation. Likewise, the king earned the name as greatest king there. Everybody respected him in the entire nation. People there lived very happily.
That is a fine story. But I have a question. As soon as Kamban became king, not a lot of political oppositions to this decision. The priests, the ministers, high religious people, even the rich people. Weren't they against this very divisive decision?
After listening to what Anand said, Narasimhan replied,
Yes, there were a lot of people were against it, especially people from higher castes who do not like lower caste people ruling their nation. But the former king Narasimhan made sure that all these people were assassinated and punished if they had raised their voice against this decision.
But the king gave the kingdom to Kamban only because he was very stubborn. Wasn't this a very instinctive decision instead of a rational decision? Couldn't have the king Narasimhan decided to take back his land by causing damage to Kamban and his wife?
The reason why the king supported Kamban throughout his time was because he did not grow up like Kamban. He grew up in royalty, so he did not understand the needs and the sufferings of the poor. When he saw Kamban was making great things and he was solving several problems with the king, could not solve himself, he decided to support him wholeheartedly. So much so that he started copying Kamban values and rules and started putting it in his own land. If you go to the western region of this kingdom, even there you would not be able to find a beggar or poor person. This is all because of Kamban and his intelligence, and it is also because of the former king's support and idea. He might not know how to rule the kingdom, but he knows how to do politics as he has grown up along with his father in it.
Even though Kamban is the hero of the story, I believe that it is because of the king Narasimha that this is all happened. Even though he grew up in a royal place with the royal bloodline, he realized that he wasn't the best choice for being king. Therefore, he picked a normal laborer and made him a king. Therefore, he is in my mind a very high person and he should be respected till the end of time. If it is possible, I would like to meet him.
I shall arrange a meeting for you to meet him, but after that, you should not tell about this to anybody.
It would be a privilege for me to meet him. Please let me talk to him for a while. After I talk to him, I shall leave this nation.
the sword that Narasimha was preparing is already ready. Narasimha picks up the sword and he analyzes how sharp it is.
That man that you're looking for is none other than me. Once in a while, I dress up as a common man and I start doing works that a common man does to understand their lifestyle and their sufferings. I am the man who is the king of this nation.
After listening to what the king said, Anand was shocked. He then gets up and folds his hand and respects him. He then looks at him and says this.
My king, it is an honor to meet you. I didn't expect this. My name is Anand and I am the son of King Varman. I am here to see about other kingdoms and their kings, which is when I had the privilege to meet you. I have learned a lot from you and I will implement this when I become king. Once I become king, I will know what to do and I shall come back and meet you as a king. Thank you so much. I shall leave now.
Anand goes back to the kingdom and he claims the throne of his father. He starts implementing several new laws and new ideas to the nation, which was inspiring from Kamban and Narasimhan. His father Varman looked at his own son with pride and happiness.
If you like this story, do like it, share it. For more news stories, please subscribe our New Stories Book English YouTube channel.